I'm Andy with Competitive Cyclist, and this is my take on Giordana's Frc Pro, Pro Lite, and NXG Air bibs and jerseys. If you know me, you know that I've got a soft spot for Giordana. I've known the crew in Charlotte for going on 15 years now, and they've been gracious enough to ask me for input on just about every iteration of their top-tier offerings. And I've owned and thoroughly abused just about everything in their lineup, from Fusion to Silverline to custom kits on up to NXG. My last round of reviews with Giordana was in 2016, when the first NXG line came out. I said it then and I'll say it now. The NXG bibs are my #1 go-to, and the jerseys have only gotten better. And Frc Pro, man, it leaves the previous version in the dust. So let's start there with the new Frc Pro and Pro Lite. Frc Pro is Giordana's undisputed workhorse. It's evolved in the last 15 years to become the choice for pro teams like Astana and Mikkelsen, as well as a multitude of other riders and racers all over the world. And they get to choose from a multitude of colors and potential applications. The line has everything from cold weather jackets and jerseys to everyday bibs to summer weight knickers. But before we go any further, it's important to point out that there's a division within the Frc family. Normal or regular Frc Pro and the newer Frc Lite range. So, what's the difference? Well, in a nutshell, the light versions are made for the more extreme days of heat and training efforts. If you put the Frc Pro and Pro Lite jerseys side by side, you can immediately see several differences. The most glaring is that the Pro Lite is paper thin and slightly transparent, whereas the Pro is more opaque, for lack of a better term. The implication here is obvious. If you run hot or train in high heat and humidity, the Lite's your best option. However, keep in mind that it's not really meant to be an all-day jersey, and that while it provides some degree of protection, you'll want to use sunscreen or a base layer underneath if you're wearing it for more than a few hours. That doesn't mean the Pro isn't a great jersey for the heat. It is, but it has a broader range than the Lite. You can climb without unzipping, you can descend without having to put on a vest, because it does an amazing job of expelling sweat while regulating your body temp. And because it's not as sheer, it offers better sun protection and long-term durability. So, where does the NXG jersey fit in? Well, it's kind of the best of both, to be honest. Light enough for super hot days, but versatile and durable enough for long days and varying weather. Here's what I mean. Giordana told me they have sponsored athletes in both Austin and San Francisco, who call the NXG jersey their favorite jersey. Now, it can be 100 degrees for 100 days in a row in Texas and 50 degrees in July in San Francisco. And having worn this jersey in similar temperature swings for the past several weeks, I can also attest to its amazing versatility. Of course, none of this really matters without a great pair of bibs, and these are 3 of the best in the business. The workhorse Frc Pro features the velvety soft and aloe-infused Ciro S chamois, and it's made from the latest version of Giordana's high compression fabric HC50, which is noticeably softer and more comfortable than the HC44 of my 2015 version. There's also the same laser cut edges you've grown accustomed to, and the ever-present carbon and silver-infused fabrics are still there to ward off harmful electromagnetic energy. My favorite element of these bibs, which almost makes them better than just about anything in my drawer, is the woven 190E fabric leg cuff. A good grippy cuff is the unsung hero of a good bib short, and these do solid work of keeping everything in place without feeling tighter or looser than the rest of the shorts like some bibs do. The Frc Pro Lite has many of the same features, but because it was designed for extreme temps, it has a graduated compression leg cuff and a perforated version of the HC50. It provides a nice air conditioning effect on warmer days for sure. One key difference is the bib straps. They're borrowed from the NXG Air bibs to keep things cooler, and there's also less material around your torso, and what is there is perforated, just like the bibs, only with larger holes to aid in cooling. And now here's where we talk about the NXG Air bib, which hasn't changed a bit since it hit the shelf in 2015. And I couldn't be happier, because you just can't improve on perfection. This is my fourth or fifth pair of NXG bibs. I wore the other three on every big ride, race, or event I did for the past 3 years. And the funny thing is that when I pulled this pair out of the box, I immediately noticed how well the other three have held up. They're still in nearly new condition after literally thousands of miles and almost everyday wear on the bike. I think what makes them so great is their wispy weight and the use of gradual compression. They're constructed of one single piece of fabric per leg, and if you look closely, you can see striations woven into the fabric. These striations create gradual compression, meaning the area around your glutes isn't quite as snug as the area around your thighs because the muscle group up there moves around a whole lot more. So in addition to providing the right level of compression just where you need it, the NXG bibs are also more comfortable because they're sculpted to move better with your body. And I love the length. They cover my entire upper leg, which means there's added support and compression for my hamstrings and quads. And let's not forget the bib straps, which are a single piece of fabric with a slightly more elastic front to increase the comfort, but also accommodate a broader range of riders. For a gangly guy like me with long femurs and a short torso, these bibs are a godsend. As a collection, FRC and NXG are just really tough to beat in the broad strokes and in the details. Everything fits like a second skin and simply vanishes when you get on the bike. And seriously, just look at that red jersey. If you want the cute barista at the post-ride coffee stop to notice you, that's the one you wear. If you have any questions about Giordana, FRC, or NXG, please give us a call or send an email to sales@competitivecyclist.com.